Hello viewers, this is your SSK and today we have an interesting story from Chandamama and the name of the story is A Terror for the Tiger. A long time ago there lived a tiger in the heart of the forest. He was a cruel and ferocious beast. His thundering roar was enough to scare away the other animals. He was also a terror to the simple inhabitants of the wee little hamlet that lay on the edge of the jungle. In fact, the tiger was very proud of himself. He always marched swinging his tail and chuckled with delight as the others ran helter skelter to make a way for him. Quite naturally, the tiger had taken it for granted and then he was feared by all. It so happened that one dark, dreary winter night the tiger felt terribly hungry. Alas, for 2 days he had not taken a morsel of food. How could he, when all his prey was securely hidden in the cozy nooks and corners of the forest? So the utterly famished and fearless king slowly plodded his way to the sleepy little village on the outskirts of the woods. He decided that for a change he must eat a human being. A tiny flickering light led him to a small hut. As he stealthily approached the door and was about to enter, lapping his tongue, he suddenly heard the farmer's wife chiding her wailing son. "Shut up, you naughty fellow! There comes the wolf with his sharp teeth to carry you to his den." But the child did not stop crying. "You obstinate little boy, here approaches the grizzly bear and terrible are his fangs and claws," hopefully cautioned the mother once again. But even there but even then her son paid no heed to her words and continued to wail. The fearless and famished tiger who was on the threshold of the dwelling overheard all that was passing inside. An extraordinary offspring indeed, neither the wolf nor the bear would frighten him. "I wonder what he looks like, let's hope he is at least delicious," the tiger told himself. Slowly the hungry beast straightened up and flexed his joints as the obstinate child still continued to cry. Just then the impatient mother, trying to quieten her son, once again said unwittingly, "Look, here comes the great ferocious tiger himself. He is just behind the door. Mind you, he is very hungry today. If you don't stop crying now, he is surely going to gobble you up." Alas, her little brat only wailed louder than ever. Meanwhile, a shiver ran through the fearless king of the jungle, and he almost collapsed in a faint. Good gracious! How did this simple peasant woman know of my presence? He wondered. Nevertheless, taking a deep sigh, he courageously peeped through the chink in the door. What did he see? The little boy still cried at the top of his voice, moving his limbs as though ready to wrestle. There was no sign of fear in him. He was not afraid of the tiger either, the great ferocious beast. The tiger, extremely perplexed, fell into a deep wonder when the mere mention of his name was enough to terrify every living creature. How come this strange little fellow did not bother at all? A hungry tiger about to eat him up didn't even put any fear into him. The fearless king of the forest now began to feel really worried and have some doubts. Can there really be another creature more terrible and ferocious than the tiger? He tried to think. Just then the mother's impatient voice was heard once again. "For heaven's sake, please stop crying. Here he is. Here is a big rounded red pomegranate." Immediately, as thought by magic, the little naughty boy became quiet. The bewildered tiger wondered once again. How could be this big round red pomegranate? Surely he is much more powerful and terrifying than I. Otherwise, how could the mere mention of my name quieten this stubborn little boy? Indeed, the tiger became very anxious and scared too. At that very instant, something heavy and solid fell right on his back with a big thud. The terrified animal bounded for his precious life. Oh, it's the dreadful big round red pomegranate who sits on my back holding my ears," Dear God, help me, get rid of him, or else he is soon going to eat me up, cried the tiger to himself in desperation. It so happened that a thief was waiting on the roof for his chance, but as there was no sign of the woman going to sleep on the hut containing anything of value, he decided to leave. In pitch darkness, he mistook the tiger for a cow and jumped onto its back. But when he realized that he was in fact riding a tiger, he was naturally scared almost to death. The tiger darted forward, desperately trying to throw the big round red pomegranate off his back. But the man held on tightly to the animal because he feared that he moment let go and fell on the ground, the tiger would make a hearty meal of him. Thus, with its human rider, the tiger sped like a bolt of lightning into the dense forest. He continued to run and run until the clouds were cleared and there was moonlight. Luckily for the thief, he found the aerial roots of a banyan tree hanging to his reach. He at once grabbed one of them and swung himself up to the safety amidst the branches. The tiger, suddenly feeling relieved of his burden, took a deep breath of relief. Oh, that terrifying creature, the big round red pomegranate! He has at last gone, and I am saved, thank God. So the fearless tiger, the proud king of the jungle, hungry and worn out, returned to his cave. He knows if the human flesh was not poison for a tiger, he said by way of consoling himself, even though the pangs of hunger was almost killing him.